Come on.
Well, once again, it's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show. Yeehaw!
Yeehaw! Howdy out there to all you folks, our Southern Fried Podcast fans, and all of our people out there, Cornbread Nation. Yeah, breadheads. We know you love us. We love you too. It's Friday night. I'm Rob. That's Dave. And here we go for some front porch talking. How's Dave tonight?
I've had a good day. Got to go. I got my meeting in. Met with some great folks and had a good time there. Uh, I did something that is very worthwhile to do some days. Some days I don't get to do it. I just take a nap, and I don't have a bit of problem with saying that is when you get a little older. Short naps, not long ones, are very beneficial. In fact, they're recommended. If you can do a 15, 20-minute nap and then kind of get up and you'll actually energize yourself. And
Yeah.
I felt better. I just took a nap, man. Sometimes you just got to do that. Which I was on late last night, a little late last night. Come back on, did a live, but and then was up early. But it's a good day. Good day.
Yeah.
A little rain around here. The weather's still good, but it's a little cooler tonight. But tomorrow it's supposed to shoot back up. Looking forward to a good weekend.
There you go. Should be a great weekend. Uh, but we got heaps of stuff going on tonight. All right, you got to do it.
What's that?
You're gonna have to do it now, then do it again later.
What's that?
Yeah, special video you got loaded up.
Oh, the special video. Well, it's real short, but we have been talking for some time about, well, a little bit, ever since we did the controversy about who is the most accurate groundhog. And we said, Rob, that next year at Groundhog Day, we're going to have one for all year. But on Groundhog Day, we're going to see if our groundhog, which is called, I'll let you say it because I say it the way you don't like.
I'm not saying it.
Colquitt Chuck.
I'm not saying
Colquitt Chuck. And
Colquitt
I say Colquitt sometimes, but you know what? That's my slang. But anyway, he's kind of out there tonight, and he's sort of profiling Loud and In Charge out on some of the streams, and we thought we'd pull him up in here tonight. And this is our groundhog, Colquitt Chuck.
We could put a Georgia hat on that thing.
Oh, there's lots that we can do, Rob. Just hang on.
He's gonna have to have a Georgia hat.
Well,
because he's short. He's fat. He looks bald. He needs a Georgia hat, and yeah.
Are you saying he looks like you?
No.
I mean, you said short and fat and bald. I mean,
why would you automatically assume that I was referring back to me because I said the word short, fat, and bald? Yes, I'm bald.
And then you threw in that he just had
short.
To have a Georgia hat.
Did you just call me fat?
No,
I cannot believe he just called me fat. I'll boot him just like I did that other guy. I don't know who he thinks he's messing with. Out of here.
I just asked you the question, dude.
What question was that?
Are you just...
See, he's going back to calling me fat again. And we ain't having that. We're going to be nice. I know we on the front porch talking. We're going to be nice. Call me fat.
I was just trying to get a clarification. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh man.
Okay, wait a minute. I do have a question for you.
What's the question?
Didn't the federal government just send the state of California a bunch of money to rebuild all that stuff out there? Aren't they? Don't they have like this massive aid package coming to them?
Well, they're supposed to. I mean, I don't.
All right. Why are we sending them money? Today, Newsom signed a $50 million Trump proofing legislative package. If they have that kind of money to do that, why are we sending them money?
They don't have no money. They're in deep debt. They're going bankrupt.
Well, how are
That's
they
all
going to
borrowed
do
money.
this?
That's borrowed money, man. They just go deeper in debt. That's what liberals do, man. They just go deeper in debt.
Yeah.
They just keep the printing presses going, man. That's what they do. And if you try
That's
to
right.
and if you try to question that, they try to call you racist and you're against people and you wanna hurt the poor, and that's what they do. I mean, that's the same old game they've been playing.
If normal people applied that same type of logic to our finances, then the whole thing would be like, well, I can't be out of money in my bank account. I still have checks. What do you mean I'm out of money? I've got checks. We can't do it. Why are they being allowed to do it? And they keep talking about, well, Trump does this. He's not supposed to. He's getting away with it. Elon's doing this, and he's not supposed to, and he's getting away with it. They've been doing this kind of nonsense forever.
For all the problems sometimes that we do have some politically in Georgia, we do. It's a great state. I love the state. Sometimes Atlanta does some crap. I will say this: Georgia's not in debt. Georgia has a surplus. They have money to do things with when they need to. They have been fiscally responsible, and business is booming in Georgia. Even with all the things that we've had, I mean, it can be done. These people, they just throw money away. You can keep your house in order. You can. You're supposed to. You're not supposed to be running all these debts as a state or a city or a county or whatever. I mean, it kills me that they just think they can do that.
Yeah.
You know,
And they're gnashing of teeth, wringing their hands, griping because they shut that U.S. aid down. You know, they're all complaining and griping. And I want to say the word, but I'm not going to. There's much wringing of hands and gnashings of teeth, and Maxine Waters is really showing her wrinkled old face out there. You know, but they keep talking about what a horrible thing it was to do that. Oh, that was just horrible, horrible, horrible. But they're not talking about what they were spending money on. Ain't a one of them talking about what they were wasting money on. Not one of them. They're completely ignoring that fact.
well, they will never use that word waste. They will never use unless it's applied to Republicans. They will never use that one. And good evening,
Yeah.
Miss Elizabeth. And by the way, I love the name Dogs, Guns, Tattoos there from Instagram. Welcome to Front Porch Talkin'. We are glad you are here.
Yes.
And we're making a stand, Rob. We discovered something last night, and I'm not going to let it go. We discovered we're kids because we were
Yeah.
told puppets were for kids. So we're kids. We just never grew up.
No. We're men. We're real men. Because you know why?
We're
We
kids at
do it the
heart,
way.
man.
Yeah,
We're
but
kids
we
at
do it
heart.
the way we want to, as real men will do. Yes. Why puppets? Because we want to. Get off puppets.
I
Why'd you have to
applaud
put
that.
me back on that
I'm
soapbox?
I'm so happy with that guy, man. He's got me fired up. I love it. I'm not mad. It just cracks me up. It's like, thanks for letting us know we're doing a good job.
Yeah, yeah. If you want to see a podcast with no puppets in it ever, start one.
I would say go watch. I would say go watch the Democrats, but they're like a bunch of puppets, but they're controlled by their puppet masters, like former presidents and stuff that are up there.
I'm not
Pelosi.
recommending. I'm not recommending anybody go watch the Democrats. Okay, I do not recommend bad TV to anybody. I
You
do
mean you
not
don't?
recommend going to a bad movie. I mean, the only thing I could think of even close to what the Democrats are becoming now is the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
That's a
And I
bad.
think
I mean, that analogy.
I think Nancy Pelosi's playing the transvestite.
Yeah, well, I'm saying that analogy is going to get us in trouble tonight. We're going to have to be careful because.
Well, it fits. They don't know if they're male, female. I'm sorry.
Chuck attacking you again?
No, he's over here meowing at a blank wall, singing the songs of his people.
Well.
If Topanga's up on the cat tree, she's finally moving in. Next thing you know, she'll be wanting to pile up on me too.
Well, yeah, they're gonna they're gonna be a part of the show.
Yeah,
that's the way it goes. That's the way it rolls. Good evening, Miss Jenneth, Miss Elizabeth. Thank y'all for being here.
Yeah,
we appreciate you so very much. We're out
through a magazine at him.
Now that's not nice.
Well, you called me fat. That wasn't nice.
I just asked a question.
Now look, when Dave asks a question referring back to me being fat, that's not nice. That is ugly. We're not going to do that on his show. I mean, I know I'm fat, but I know that. You don't have to keep informing me of that, throwing it back up at me. It's just not nice.
I didn't call you fat.
I'm oh.
I just asked a question.
Oh, now he's over here attacking the magazine.
Well, you threw it at him.
Well, he quit. All right. So we figured out that some people out there do not appreciate Uncle Jeb, our puppet. We don't care.
We don't care.
We like having Uncle Jeb on here. And we're going to have some more. Yeah. Yeah, at the cat. I threw it at the cat. I didn't throw it directly at him. I hit the wall above his head.
And Uncle Jeb is not the only puppet that's going to be on the Cornbread Nation.
No.
Within 2 weeks, you'll see another one. Oh.
I've got to do this. I didn't hit the cat.
I knew.
I would never hit him with it.
I knew, this interaction between you and Chuck was going to get you in trouble. Chuck has set you up, dude.
Look,
Chuck is always going to get sympathy over you, and you fell right into his trap. He's over his little paws. He's over there.
He's been a
little
clapping paws all day long, and I do mean a sucker. He has been just full of vinegar all darn day. He's been a little nervous what he's doing. I had to put him on a diet because none of the other kitty cats want to play with him because he's a fatty. That's right. I called you a fatty. Yes, I did. Don't you give me no hairy eyeball.
Is he putting you on a diet?
Now, see, it's comments like that goes back to, referring to me being fat and stuff like that. And just for the record, I put Chuck on a diet. Chuck doesn't put me on a diet.
He runs the house.
Huh? Yeah, me.
No, he runs the house.
He don't run nothing. He runs to the litter box and the cat bowl. That's it. Or under my feet. He does run under my feet a lot. Oh, you still there or did you freeze? Uh-oh, Dave froze. We'll see if he pops back in. Let me see if I drop him down and then put him back, if that brings him back. Yes, it did. You froze for a second there. I pulled you down and put you back up.
Well, you over here. See, you messing around. You messed me up over here.
Okay. Guess I can't drop Dave down no more.
No, it's. I think the Wi-Fi just got a little
It
going
probably
for a
did.
minute.
Well, okay. So if Newsom's got $50 million in California, 50 million California dollars to Trump-proof California, then they don't need no money.
Well, there ain't nothing
Is
going to
what-
Trump-proof California. I can tell. They wasting they're whistling Dixie, and they would never do that.
Did you just say that the people of California were whistling this Dixie?
Yeah,
Uh,
actually, some of them probably whistle the the CCP.
did you, if you haven't been watching the news today, Trump did something today. It was absolutely amazing. And it made me snicker. And when I saw it, I was taking a swallow of sweet tea, and a little bit of it dribbled out my nose. It was absolutely amazing, Dave. You ready?
I'm
I will have
ready.
to put this out there. Today, President Donald Trump, this is directly off Fox. Today, President Donald Trump on Friday announced he is revoking former President Joe Biden's security clearances and stopping his daily intelligence briefings. And Trump said, there is no need for Joe Biden to continue receiving access to classified information. And he posted that on Truth Social Friday night, tonight. The privileges will be revoked immediately, according to the president. Now, here's the thing. Everybody's like, you can't treat poor old Joe like that. Emphasis on the old. But the precedent was set by Joe Biden himself because he did the same thing to Donald Trump when he took office.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm waiting for the
We
wringing
we
of hands and gnashing of teeth on this.
well, we do have some news out of the Middle East that's pretty groundbreaking too.
What's that?
Bibi Netanyahu, Prime Minister of Israel, did a interview with exclusive with Greta Van Susteren on Newsmax, and he says that Trump's Gaza plan is a bold, fresh, new idea. President Trump said this: Gaza will be given to the U.S. by Israel.
Oh
That
wow!
is going to be an explosive comment across the Middle East. That is a quote.
Oh my goodness! I'm telling you, the Baconator is coming. The Baconator is coming. When Trump builds his amusement park, that's going to be the favorite ride.
He said this, according to this article. He said, "quote There have been quote no deliberations about his claims that the United States will seek to take over Gaza, but insisted that the region will be given to us, as a quote, will be given to us by Israel. It has been perceived that
Oh,
the United States would view it as a real estate transaction where we will be an investor in that part of the world," Trump told reporters at the White House Friday while speaking alongside Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ashiba. He added that there is no rush to do anything and that the U.S. wouldn't need anybody there because of the Israeli presence. So no troops, nothing like that, but that we will handle the rebuild of the area. So, wow.
wow!
Hello, Miss Elizabeth.
Howdy!
She
That's going
called
to be. I'm telling you.
she she called us gentlemen. That was nice.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's the nicest thing we've ever been called.
And she was talking about both of us because she threw gentlemen in there.
Yeah,
If she'd
yeah.
just
Not
said, "Hey, gentlemen," I know she was talking about me. I'm a gentleman, Dave. Deep at heart, really
deep,
deep
deep.
at heart. He's, well, you got to get through all that blubber and stuff, because I'm so fat.
I didn't say nothing about fat. I've never tonight said one thing about fat to you.
Yeah, you did. You
No, I
insinuated.
did not. I said,
You
are you
insinuated.
describing yourself when you described Colquitt Chuck? You do say that. You do say that.
We
You
know.
sure do. Folks, we have been blessed, and we're blessed every day by Jesus. There's no doubt. But we have
Yeah.
been blessed, and we don't have it loaded up. And to the gentleman, and we're going to have him on. We're going to try to get him on. We have had a song written that is basically, Rob, it is the Southern Fried Podcast song. It is the song. It is killer. And they've given us permission to use it. It's ours to use. And we cannot say thank you enough. I mean, wow, my mouth just dropped open. He came in the live late last night and said this, and I went in the house and I turned it on and I said, I just can't believe it. Everybody I've played it for has just went, wow. I mean, this is a killer track. It is the Southern Fried Podcast song. Amazing. It's a full song. It is truly amazing. We're gonna get that loaded up and get it played. It tracks a little over 3 minutes. It is killer. I mean, thank you so much. And we'll give full credit. We'll get the name up. And I'm going to donate some money because the artist, even though he deserves something, and I appreciate that so very much. What a blessing! I mean, took the time to incorporate most of our show titles and everything into it, our names. I mean, it was just amazing to me. I'm totally blown away by this gentleman's talent and his generosity. It just it makes you feel good about humanity.
It does.
And it encouraged us and said, I like everything you do, and wow. That's all I can say is wow. Thank you so much. What a blessing.
I'm gonna try something.
You're gonna try
Just
something.
because I wanna do this. I'm gonna try.
There was a quote said today before you do that. It was a quote said today. This is about a part of like personal growth. And the quote was, get comfortable being uncomfortable. So right now, we're getting comfortable being uncomfortable because when Rob says, I'm going to try something, it's a little uncomfortable, but we're getting comfortable at it. We're okay.
Yeah. I'm going to try this. Here we go.
Here we go.
All right. I'm going to see if I can do it this way.
Da, 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 da,
No. I know it's not playing yet. Is that coming through?
I don't hear anything yet. A little bit. It's not coming through fully. It's just
Dave got that southern charm. Let the laughter begin.
I can hear it then.
From the moment.
Starting over.
Oh, well, it's early in the morning. Grab a cup and tune on in.
I love this.
Robert and Dave got that southern charm. Let the laughter begin. From the morning funny to Mac a minute, ain't no better way to start your day the southern way with a little joke and pray.
I love that.
We're just southern folk talking southern things. Front porch swinging where the church bells ring. From Mama said to Humday News, we keep it real with down home views. Sunday morning in the Word, get that gospel flow. Prayer time calls, so let's let our troubles go. Come Monday night, Mama said, is bringing the truth. And when it's night talk with Dave, man, you know it's getting loose. We're just southern folk, talking southern things. Stories and sports where the good times hang. From Mississippi to I remember that. We tell it like it is, and that's a fact. We gotta live the week, gotta show our pride. It's the week, bringing love worldwide. Talking paranormal, won't dig through the crime. Southern fried stories all the dang time. So pull up a chair, y'all, and stay a while. Ain't nothing like that Southern style. From the morning show to the soundstage band, it says FP Live, won't you give them a hand?
But anyway, there you go. Y'all
Amazing.
y'all are gonna be hearing that some more.
Yeah, we'll get it downloaded in there so because sometimes when it switches the
And I'm gonna
sites, it
go ahead
doesn't
and
come
throw
all the way
that out
through. But
to Jake
amazing.
Hudson there. Hey, Jake, we appreciate it, dude.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
awesome.
We will be. I told
Right.
him we'd be in touch. We're going to get him up and let him talk about it. It's just wow. That's all I can say, man. It's just wow. You
Yeah,
know.
and there's uh, that leads into something else I've been talking about doing for a while now, and I'm going to try to get this going. Put it out there to everybody. Let me put my ticker up here. Uh, I want to do. Gonna need y'all's help with this. Where's my ticker, Dave? You know I can't find stuff on here.
I don't
We gotta
know.
have the ticker at the bottom with our. Somebody's pulled up in my yard. Uh,
Which one are you looking for?
just our regular ticker that has our uh email and stuff like that.
Oh, for front porch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll pull that back up.
Oh, thank you.
There you go. I thought you were looking
Oh
for a special one.
no.
No, there you go.
Thank
But
you,
we're
sir.
going to transition here pretty quick, and we want to put on the screen, Rob. We're going to put this up right here and let you talk about that just for a second, Rob. And
Oh,
and we'll
okay. I'll do mine at the end of the show then, where I was going there.
oh, okay, welcome. Oh, I'm
This
sorry.
is
I thought you were done. I didn't know you were.
no, you're fine. You're fine. I'll come back to it. Uh, I hadn't sent the link out. Hang on just a sec, dude. That's it.
Anyway, we're going to have. I just want to put this up for a second. We're going to be having brother Robert Diamond up on the stage, and don't forget this QR code. We've just put this back together. We want to push this QR code. Donate to his cause. 1 penny a mile, 1 penny a mile, or whatever you can give. $22 or $2, whatever. Help this gentleman along to give to veteran causes as he carries these names down the Appalachian Trail, the AT. He's fixing to step off on it, and we're going to be keeping up with him, or he may be keeping up with us. But we appreciate him so very much. We had a wonderful show with him a few weeks ago that was highly, a lot of folks, I mean, highly attended. A lot of folks came in the channel on that night, and we're going to be having him back here in a moment. While he's getting set up,
Yeah.
Rob, go ahead. I wasn't trying to jump ahead of you. I just seen that he jumped in, and
Uh,
so wanted
well,
to just throw that card up because that QR code, folks, is important. We'll put it back up in a minute.
yeah, but I want to try to do a show for everybody that wants to be a part of it. You'll need to send me your email and what song, but I want to try to do a hoot nanny, a Southern fried hoot nanny on Saturday nights. This will be karaoke. I think I've got it all figured out where I can get it up on screen. Hey, come in and sing to the world if you want to. Just send me a just send your requested songs here to Southern Fried Podcast at Yahoo. Put attention hoot nanny. I'll let y'all figure out how to spell that. So yeah, put the word out. If y'all want to do it, let's rock and roll. All right. And there's Mr. Robert. He made it in, and we're going up on stage. Boom.
Boom.
Gentlemen,
Oh,
Howdy. Hey, we've been called gentlemen twice today. What is
wow.
up with that? We got to fix this. You got your head on my body and my body on your head. There. Now it's better.
Yeah, I don't want your body because the way you described yourself tonight, that's not going to work.
Mr. Diamond, he's been making allegations and alluding to me being fat all night long. And it's starting to hurt my feeling, and I kicked a guy off the show one time for calling me fat.
I just asked a question, man.
Mm.
We've got us a
isn't
new,
that a
a new
statement like
groundhog.
the pot calling the kettle black?
But
Pretty much.
I don't. But there's a difference here. I can admit it. Rob can't.
Look, this is the gun show right here. It's all muscle. And this right here is all muscle too. Table muscle. It pushes me back from the table when I get done eating. You might could rub it and make a wish. I don't know. We lost Dave. There he is. He's going. He used to rub my belly every once in a while for good luck. He don't do that no more. Of course, that'd be a long reach.
Is that a Southern Buddha thing?
I think it's just a Southern belly thing. So, Mr. Rob, how are you doing this evening?
I am doing great. I'm doing great. So I'm good.
Yeah. You got you some good insoles for your hiking boots?
Yes, sir. I do.
Oh, all right. So you're taking off on the 20th, right?
The 16th.
16th. 2 days after Valentine's. How did I get that marked down as point? And how are you doing on your name tag gathering?
I am currently at 135.
All right. So it's eased on up there.
Oops.
So anybody out there that let me put that other banner up there. It's down here at the bottom. I think I know about where that one is. If y'all wish to support him, or Mr. Rob here as he's going up and down the trail, if you have any names that you want to put in there for him, please do. You can send it here directly to him. I was like, I know it's on here. Dave?
Sir,
Rob Diamond one. I know it's still on here.
I'll find it. So the other night, well, we took your QR code and we made a card for it, which you may have seen us put up, and we did make a donation. I think it was yesterday or not before. So we want to make sure that we impress upon people.
We lost.
What? We lost him. We lost him. But anyway, to give.
If you can hear us, just use that same link to come back.
He's going to be giving that to veterans causes. His trip is paid for, and we just want to put that up because he wanted to raise $22,000, and I don't even think it's quite $300 yet. So whatever he makes will do, but I wanted to make sure that we give a good push on that and help
Yes.
help the brother along because
Yeah,
it is
it's going to good cause. I mean,
yeah, it's going to a great cause, and we want to make sure that we give it the due diligence that because we back all these things, and so we did talk about it that night, but we made the card up again so that we could make a good push for Robert as he goes forward. So, like I said, we did make a donation. I don't know where it stands at. It was just a little below $300 when I looked yesterday, I think. But let's make sure that before he gets off here, we'll show it a couple of times. and you can scan that, and it's really easy. It's easy peasy, and give what you can to this cause.
Yes, because we well, Rob, I'll tell you what, Robert, why don't you go ahead and talk about your trip and your preparations and stuff like that, and what you're doing to get ready for this? Because I know you're getting close now, and it's a big undertaking. A 2,200 mile hike is a huge undertaking,
Yes.
and let's talk about where the donations go, and let's go ahead and fill in the blanks here for everybody because we probably got people in here that uh, wasn't here last time.
I don't know if you heard us.
Well,
Oh, there he is. Okay.
I'm not sure because I feel like I'm getting two video posts at the same time, so I'm not sure if you're getting my voice.
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
You're good.
Okay. Well, I leave a week from Sunday on my trip. I'll be heading down south your guys' way.
Uh-huh.
I will arrive at Amicalola Falls on Saturday, the February 15th. We're going to stay overnight at the. That's driving me crazy.
Uh-oh.
He must be getting an echo.
On 2025.
I'm sorry. It's just it's got a delayed response on mine, so I'm not sure if you're getting everything. But I'll arrive on the 15th, and then I'm stepping off with my two sons, and my sister. We're going to hike to the top of Springer and start my Appalachian journey up the trail. So the American Legion just recently posted a national story on my journey, and I've gotten just in the last 2 days in addition to the 135 that I've already done, tonight I was working on 7 additional tags, and then I have several people that are working on getting names. So I probably will have at least 10 more by the end of this weekend. So wow. You saw the picture of my bundle of dog tags that I have. I got on the fire side of the house. I got in touch with a nonprofit group called Firefighters Behavioral Health Alliance, and they've given me a lot of information about the firefighters that have taken their lives. Also, they have broken it down by state, and so as I'm going to do per their recommendation, I'm going to. There's over 2,400 firefighter not names, but he has 2,400 names, but he can't release the names to me. But what he did release was the individual numbers for each state. And so what I'm going to do is each day I'm going to sit down and designate a certain number of my miles for that state. And as I walk along, I will do that. And we're going to do the exact same thing for the law enforcement side of the house. I got in touch with a law enforcement group. They gave me the numbers for 2017 through 2021, and those numbers were over 400 for the different 50 states. So we're gonna do the same thing. Each night I'll sit down and figure out how many miles I plan to do the next day, and until I get that state checked off, we'll continue to designate that part of the trail for each state. Just recently, as of yesterday, when the American Legion posted their story, I've had numerous families reach out to me, and just to hear some of the incredible stories that are out there. They're sharing their stories of their loved ones. It's kind of cool. I apologize. My little man's standing right here next to me. So.
Hey, put him on. Let him say hi.
Good.
So
I couldn't see him,
but
I see him down at the bottom.
So it's going to be nice to get out there and share some of these stories that the families have shared with me. So I'm kind of excited about that.
Yeah. Well, what does the little man think about you going on this big hike, being gone for so long?
Come in here. You want to stay? Oh,
Hey there. We're
Hi
glad to
there.
have you on the show.
you want to say hi?
Yeah.
Say hi, Anakin.
Hi.
He's got a mouthful of food. So.
Was that a fellow
Um,
redhead? Was that another redhead?
Yeah.
It's
He's
all
not
right.
a redhead. He's kind of like a dishwater blonde. So, but
Well, his hair wasn't like mine when I was that age. My hair was flaming red.
yeah. Well, he gets out and hikes with me a little bit. He's not a big. Yeah, he's not a big fan of the bugs out on the trail. He's not a big
Robert,
fan of the bugs.
how much will your pack weigh as you step off? Do you have an estimated weight that it will weigh as you start?
My winter pack with my winter gear is going to be just under 40 pounds. So
Okay.
I can try to get it lighter, but I'm not. I'd rather be warm than carrying a light load.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
Well, if you're gonna.
Hey, y'all give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
No, you're good. So how many I know you people do all these, and according to a lot has to happen with weather, or how you feel or whatever, but and you probably said this the last time, but how many miles a day do you estimate you will be walking each day?
Well, the recommendation that a lot of people make is early in the trail, do short miles, short days. So I'm going to average about 8 to 10 miles a day, and then as I start to develop my trail legs, I will increase the mileage. And I think probably the first month I'll stick to that 8 to 10 miles a day, and then after that first month, I think I'll probably move to about 15 to 20 a day.
Okay. Yeah. That's a lot. I mean, think about it. So how do you reach? I know there are places along the trail that you can stop at. I'm sure you have those mapped out. You can restock things that you need as you're out there. Obviously, you don't. You're going to have to restock, supplies. So, are there enough of those places that it's not, nothing you think you have to worry about, that you can restock when you're out in some of these deep woods for places to get food, supplies, whatever you need.
To answer your question to that, to answer that question, the trail gets close enough to a lot of towns, and you're able to either walk into the towns, or you can call in for a shuttle, and a shuttle driver will bring you to the town where you can resupply. So my plan is to carry a 3 to 5 day supply of food. And then when I get to different places, a lot of the hostels along the trail have resupply capability. So I'll be picking up resupplies there as well.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. We so much enjoyed the story of George Eshelman and his journey, and I know that you've talked to him and you've talked about that as well. When did this germinate? When did this idea, was it his story, or did you have an idea before that you would like to do something like this? You may have mentioned it last time, but just to refresh the story for folks, I just wanted you to
Well,
talk about that for a second.
the story for my journey on the Appalachian Trail started probably back in the 1990s when I was working with a Boy Scout troop here in Virginia. We used to go every summer and do a bike ride up on the C&O Canal, and it's 184 miles that goes from West Virginia to Washington, D.C. And part of the trail just outside of Harper's Ferry overlaps with the C&O Canal, and it was while we were on the C&O Canal we ran into the hikers. And they kind of set the seed for me about wanting to hike the Appalachian Trail, but it kind of took a backseat to my life. I've adopted 6 kids and was a fireman, full-time fireman, so it became very difficult to make this 6-month commitment. And when I retired in 2018, it kind of was still there in the back of my mind. And then this past Easter, through a family conversation, my wife and kids gave me permission to go ahead and plan for the AT. And they said, if that's a bucket list item, you need to go do it. And it was after I started planning is when I learned about George's story. And like I said, after I learned his story, then I just kept looking into it. And
Well, it's truly amazing, and I appreciate you coming back on, and we'll have you back on again. I think we've got that already scheduled. And for when time and signals allow to check in from the trail, anyway, we can be of help and a support. We definitely want to be that, and we appreciate you so much. Your story is inspiring. So many people are affected by this, and so anything we can do to bring that awareness or help someone who is bringing that awareness, we're all on board, brother, and we'll be praying for you on the trail, and and keeping up. It's very inspiring is the word I'm looking for.
well, the one thing that I
And I
did want to
appreciate it.
mention, I don't know if you saw that George posted today that his story has gone available on a lot more of the TV groups. It's not just available on Prime anymore. Now it's available on a lot of the other TV networks. I don't know what the term is, but you can get it a lot of different places now. So
Oh, like the streaming maybe. I saw you
yes,
posted something about it, I believe. I haven't had a chance to look at that. I'll
yeah,
definitely make some comments
it's
on
that's
that.
what it is. It's streaming on a lot of the other different devices. So
That is great. I actually bought the movie, and it's something that I've watched it 3 times, I think now, and we'll come back to it. It's a great story. It's very inspiring, very moving, and I'm glad to hear that. And he's a funny guy. I love his posts just about him and his dog. I mean,
yeah,
those
exactly.
things crack me up, man. I mean, that right there is worth a follow, folks. If you want to follow Robert Diamond and his journey on Facebook and YouTube. I think he has a
Yeah,
YouTube as well.
I told him
But follow George too in this dog. It's funny.
he I told him his trail name for the dog should be Donut.
Yeah, I mean, the dog has taken over his bed. George talking about sleeping in the floor. And, he loves his dog. And, I think he lost the dog and then he got this dog. And they're getting to know each other. And it's just it's a feel good story every time he posts something. And it cracks me up. And in all the darkness of the world, and he's had his darkness as well in this life with PTSD and everything. It is so neat to see something lighthearted and funny, and it helps him. It helps a lot of people. So give George Eshelman a follow on Facebook, and you won't be disappointed. He's a funny guy, and the stories about him and his dog are absolutely
Yeah,
hilarious, and I get a lot
it,
out of it. So,
it is
I
definitely an incredible story, and he's one heck of a woodworker too. I don't know if you knew
oh
that, but
man,
he does some
yeah.
incredible woodworking as well.
Yeah, when he was on here, he said that he would, if somebody needed the box for the flag, a veteran, a spouse, survivor, spouse, or whatever, or a veteran themselves, he would make that for them. And so I want to put that out there
Yeah,
again. And I know there's a term for that, but the box that holds the flag that they've been given, from the ceremony, the cemetery, and whatever. But hello, Asher Thrasher. Hey to you, and thank you, Jake, for liking and sharing. And hang around, Jake. I want to get back to you in a minute if you got time, brother. And want to give you a holler too, because brother, you've been a real blessing to us. But this is the gentleman that made the song. Robert. But anyway, yeah. So you've just got about a week to go, and that's exciting. That is so
Yeah.
exciting. And so when you get to the end of the trail, and I think you said before you were on here, you were not going to do that one hike that takes you 8 miles or something back around the mountain or on the mountain or something. I think you said you were going to end at, you have a particular place you're going to end that. That some people take a little bit different trails up there when you get to Maine. Maybe
Yeah,
you can mention that just a little bit.
there's some different approaches to the topic of Katahdin. A lot of it will depend on whether my daughter is able to get from Hawaii to climb the. We were talking about getting her to come finish the trip with me.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So that's so cool. And just this community of hikers that hike the trail, and how they communicate, look out for each other, and one other thing I wanted to mention before you get off here is I know some of the trails in Western North Carolina were destroyed. What does that situation look like? Have they been able to? I'm sure you've been asking or looking it up, but do you have a sense about
Yeah,
some of those trails
just
that were
before I
destroyed?
came on tonight to talk to you, I was looking at what the ATC had put out, and they said that another section of the trail was opened up today. Um, According to the ATC, there's 42 miles of the trail that are currently closed, but that's from what I've been hearing from other through hikers. There's only a section of about 10 miles that actually is unhikeable, and you'll have to hike around that area. So, but for the most part, kudos goes out to the North Carolina and the East Tennessee trail clubs that have gotten out there, rain nor shine nor snow. They've gotten out there and cleared the trail for us to be able to hike it. And they warn us that there's still a lot of trees that are falling and moving, and we need to be careful with that. But that's one of the things that will be interesting when I post my vlogs on YouTube. I plan to post a lot of pictures about or videos of the areas that have been really decimated by that. The
Okay.
thing that's a shame is there's just still a lot of North Carolina communities that are having trouble getting back to a normal life. There's people still living in tents, and it's just incredible. And uh, I just, when
Yes.
they had the fires in California, took the interest out of the devastation that occurred up in North Carolina and Tennessee, and I just hope that we can bring some attention to those areas, and that people continue to support those communities in that area.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Rob, you got anything else? I want to pop this card back up
Pop his card back up,
before
dude.
before I
I'm
forget
sorry I
something
had
here.
to
So
step away there for just
no,
a
you're
minute
good,
there.
man. We just kind of getting updated from the interview we had as he gets ready to step off, and we were just talking about some of those areas of Western North Carolina. He was updating us on that. But folks, here's that card again, and yeah, I did use your pictures, Robert. So I hope that's okay.
No,
Just trying to
you're
get
quite fine.
I was just trying to look for stuff that would all blend together. And when you follow that QR code, all that wording that you can't quite read on the left of that card or right or however you look at it is on. That's what you go to, and it's so easy to give. We were able to do this, and if you've done anything like that, it works well. And if you can't give today, give in the days to come, because he's going to be out there for a little bit, and he'll get this money in the appropriate place. But we'll be airing this card through our shows and making sure that people see it. So hopefully we can help. We certainly want to try. So folks, if while it's on screen, go ahead and scan it, and at least you'll have where it goes, and you can bookmark that. And if you can't do anything tonight, maybe you can the days ahead. And I guess I could drop that off of there so it doesn't hinder that, because that may bother that code. But it does work, and we appreciate everything that you're doing, brother. And like I said, if there's anything we can do, we're here to help you, brother, because it's inspiring to us. And Rob is a veteran. He told you
And
that before. He's dealt with the suicide with his dad, and it touches home. It touches home for a lot of
It
people.
really does.
Well, and one of the things that Rob and I talked about is that I'd like to try and do a show while I'm on the trail hiking. So,
Absolutely. Look, we'll get you our schedule, and any night you can pop in, just pop in and we'll chat for a little bit. Let us know where you're at and how it's going. That'd be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Absolutely.
That would be so cool to be sitting around the campfire and have some other people and that
Yeah.
maybe want to jump in and talk about the hike itself or what's going on in there. That would be. Well, there's a lot of
yeah.
stories that come off the trail, so
Oh,
that would be
that's
very very cool.
the whole thing about the trail is one of the greatest social experiences that you could probably have in life. Is getting out and hearing everybody's stories.
Yes. Because everybody
Absolutely.
has a reason for doing it, you know.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. No, now he's gonna run off. He's sitting up here. Chuck is doing his thing still. Pick me up, pick me up, pick me up. Reach down to pick him up, and he runs away.
I apologize for the background noise. It's bedtime for Anakin, and the wife is yelling at him. So.
You're fine.
That's
Hey, we're just all normal people here, and we all have those things. And my granddaughters sometimes come on a stream, and they don't realize I'm recording. And Rob has the cats to keep him active, and he gets
oh yeah,
bit during the show. So you're not bothering anybody. In fact, it just makes it feel more like home. So we're on the front porch tonight, so it works.
Exactly.
and a lot of times he'll surprise me with his bite, and I surprise people with what I say. Uh, just,
Well,
he doesn't know it.
normally I warn my wife that I'm going to do this, but I don't think I warned her tonight that I was going to be doing it. So she probably, you're just seeing the diamond house as it is.
That's just
That's
fine.
okay. That's America. That's America.
Yes, sir. Yes,
America.
sir.
Hey, would you get upset at a podcast if they had a puppet on there?
I
I'm
think
being
he's
for real.
asking you, Robert.
Huh? Yeah,
You're asking Robert, right, Mr. Diamond?
yeah. I'm asking Robert.
Hey, remember, Rob, I told you that when people call me Robert, I assume I'm in trouble. So please either call me
Okay.
Rob or you can call me Dog Tag.
Dog
Okay,
tag.
dog
I
tag.
like the dog tag.
So
So
if
he
you were
was
watching a podcast and there was a puppet on there, would you get upset by that?
I would not be.
Okay. Yeah. So whoever that was that got upset because we had a puppet on there Thursday night, uh, take that.
told us that was for kids. I'm a big kid.
I've been using at the end of all my videos, I've been using the term "see you later, alligator" because that's what I always say to my kids. And a friend of mine sent me a crocheted alligator, and I'm carrying it on the back of my backpack now.
Ah, cool.
Well,
I
it's
love it.
was see you later, alligator, and a wild crocodile, and
Exactly.
soon baboon.
So yeah,
Uh, so well, so they've got all the trails pretty much cleared off now, correct? So you shouldn't have
for the
too much.
most part, yes. There's still a couple small sections that are not cleared, but they say that the trail is. They use the term passable.
Well, country boy can't survive. We know how to get through.
Yes,
Exactly.
you might have to get a big running start and duck your head and just plow through it, but we'll get through it somehow.
Yeah.
Amen.
Wow.
Well,
Well,
we won't keep
That's
you,
what
brother.
everybody says. You know, I'm a big guy. I'm starting the trail at just under 300 pounds, and I'm hoping that by the time I get to Maine, I'll be down at least 50 or so pounds. So
Yeah.
there you go. There you go. And
Just
it
take
can be
Rob.
done.
Take Rob with you and help him too. Oh, I'm
Now, see, he had to go back and throw that other little fat slur in there. That's not very nice. He's calling me fat again. It kind of hurts my feeling when he does that. And this way here, I can just go ahead and tell him.
Well, I opened the door. I probably shouldn't have brought it up, but
It's all right.
well, you know, Rob, this, you know, when you have this right here, I mean, you
not very
know,
nice.
maybe we should have called him Colquitt Rob.
No, Talkin Chuck's fine for him. Short, fat, and looks like he's bald headed.
That's our groundhog.
Yeah, we don't like Tony Phil because he don't ever hardly get it right. We're going to have our own Colquitt groundhog next year.
Yeah,
we're going to have him here all year long.
Absolutely, and you know General Beauregard, Beauregard Lee down there, he agreed with Punxsutawney Phil, so we're doing our own thing. We'll be advertising that throughout the year.
you can stay up for a little bit.
Well, we'll let you get back to your family. Thanks so much for coming on, brother. And
no, he was just stopping in to ask if he could stay up later tonight. You know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Well, it's Friday night. Trying to help a little fella out.
Rob, you can stay up later too. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
No,
it is.
Robert, for my Rob, we're gonna call you Dog Tag. I like that. We're just calling you Dog Tag. That works.
I think he's backtracking. He was talking to you. He was telling you can stay up later tonight, Dog Tag.
Well, one of the things I wanted to show you, Rob, is these are the dog tags that I'm actually making for myself, so that I pass out to people as they see me on the street. It's got my dog tag on the front, and then it's got my QR code on the back of it. So
that is an awesome idea.
If anybody wants to make a donation, they can make a donation, and I'll send them a dog tag that they can throw on their keychain, and they can follow me along on the trail.
That'd be awesome, dude. That is awesome idea.
I definitely want one of those. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I'm going to carry a few of those on the trail with me so that if I run into somebody, they can actually have a way to find me. So,
yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, man, it's exciting, man. You're going to be gone for so long. I know you're going to check in and stuff, but you're going to have to kind of it's kind of like going off to the military. Military folks are away from home a lot sometimes when they're on active duty and they have duty station is a long ways away. This is kind of like that. It's like you're going off, and you'll be coming back and have to go through that process of kind of getting used to being at home again when you get through the trail.
Yeah. Wow.
You know what? There's stuff to be said like that. Like you go off and you do this 2,200 miles, and you get back. However long it takes you to get back, you rest up or spend a night in a hotel or wherever you do it. You come back, and dog tag the first night you're back. You'll find. I know it's true for everybody. You'll find out you're home when they say, "Hey, dog tagger, hey Rob, can you take the garbage out?"
Yeah.
But I just completed 2,200 miles. I mean, it's just kind of a specialty. They're like, yeah, just take the trash out.
Well, that was funny. Tonight I got, I guess one of my biggest worries is being out on the trail and having something happen here at the house that needs to be fixed. And of course, tonight I had to fix the toilet before I leave next week. So,
yeah.
Well, I guarantee you one thing. If you're gone for that long, they will get the toilet fixed if you can't get there. Because once it gets full, it's going to have to be fixed.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt.
And when you get back from a 2,200-mile hike and they say...
Or they can go out behind and you do what I'm doing, squatting behind a tree,
That's right. Right. You're BFB on the trail in spirit. And when you get back home and she tells you, you're going to have that. You're going to be worn out. You're going to be a lot lighter. You're going to be after 2,200 miles hiking, gone for months. You're going to get home. It's just going to say, yeah, take trash out. That's going to happen. It's going to. You know good and well it's going to happen. You're going to be like, but baby, tired.
Well, I've kind
I
of
just
warned a
got
few of
in.
my friends and neighbors. I said, hey, if the jungle starts to grow too tall out in front of my house, will you come over and get my mower going and cut the grass for me? So we'll see.
Good deal.
Yeah. But she's gonna be like when you say she's gonna tell you, but you're gonna tell her, baby, I'm tired. I just got back from the AT. I'm worn out. She's gonna be like, yeah, but the trash can's full.
Yeah.
Life goes on, brother.
Life continues, and
That's it.
It'll be interesting to see. And I think I told you, Rob, that I had to get off trail every 8 weeks to come back here to do my infusion for my ulcerative colitis. And the plan is that I spend one night here, because if I stay too long, those honeydew lists will have acquired pretty lengthy, and I just pretty much says I want to get back on the trail, and I'll deal with this when I get done. So,
that's right. Tell her, say, call a handyman.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing is I've got a couple friends that have told me, Rob, if something happens and the wife needs help, tell her to call me. And I go, okay, you're good.
There you go.
Awesome. That's great. What do the kids think about it? I mean, you said they kind of hiked with you a little bit. Do they really have a sense of how big this is and what it means?
It's like I told Rob when we talked the first time, when the idea came up at Easter. One of my kids asked me, how long is this, Dad? And I told him it was 2,200 miles. And my second youngest son, we used to make summer trips across country from Las Vegas to Virginia, because my wife is from Virginia and I was working in Vegas. So we used to make this 2,300-mile drive every summer one way, turn around at the end of summer and then drive it back. And so his comment was, Dad, that's like walking to Vegas. And I said, exactly. That's how far I'll be walking from here to Vegas. And so they understand. I don't know if they necessarily understand the total commitment to it, but we'll see. We'll see. I know for the most part, my kids are excited to watch me on YouTube and see how Dad deals with this YouTube thing that's pretty much a younger generation, as a 60-year-old trying to learn how to videotape, edit my videotapes. And if you've watched any of my videos, you've seen them go from pretty plain to, and I've tried to add a few graphics and do a few other things with it. And so as the trail goes on, hopefully my videos will get better.
Yeah. Are you going to be carrying any kind of GPS tracking or anything?
I am. That was kind of one of the stipulations that my family had. And for Father's Day last year, my kids bought me what they call an inReach device. It's a GPS device that will track my location throughout the day. And it has a SOS button on it, so that if something was to happen to me and I went down or I needed medical treatment or help immediately, I just had to activate the SOS button. And then they reach out, Garmin reaches out to my point of contact, and they basically say, have you heard from Rob? Is he okay? And if they say no, then the local rescue squads come looking for me, because it actually sends a signal out to my exact location.
Wow.
Awesome.
So basically, you have a fallen and I can't get up button.
Exactly. All those years I worked as a fireman that I responded to those, I've fallen and can't get up. I'll have one, but I hope I never have to use it.
Absolutely.
When I was doing one of my trail shakedowns this past summer, I was up in the Shenandoah Mountains, and I just happened to be at a location where I had cell service, and my phone rings, and it's my wife. She goes, hey, are you okay? And I go, yeah, I'm fine. Why? She goes, we received a call from Garmin saying that your SOS device had activated. And we don't know what caused it to activate, but she called him back and told him that I was okay, and everybody moved on. And so we
Well,
know it works.
Yeah.
That's good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've known
So
some Boy Scout troops that did that. They would go on hikes and their families could watch, their location as they hiked,
Yeah.
It wouldn't be like 2,200 miles, but it might have been a 20, 30 mile hike over a couple of days or something. And they could track that. That's pretty cool. Or people that buy, that cycle a lot, they're covering a lot of mileage and stuff, and they could do that.
yeah.
People like tracking that kind of thing, That's
Yeah.
cool.
Well, and the other thing that I have is I have an app on my phone. It's called Far Out, and it has all of the maps from Georgia to Maine, and I can track myself on these maps. And on these maps, it'll tell me where the next water supply is, where the next shelter is, where the next food place is. Very, very high tech, and it's nice to have on my phone. And the nice thing is that it takes my GPS signal from my phone, and it can pinpoint exactly where I'm at on the trail. So
That's
Yeah. I
cool.
can tell you how far the next McDonald's is.
well, I think it does tell you where the next food joints are. So they say it'll be really important when you get up into the New Jersey, New York area. They call it the deli section, where how close the next deli is.
I love it. I love it.
Now, you're starting from Alapaha, right? Am I
I'm
saying that
sorry.
right? You're starting at I can't say it. I cannot say where you're
Amacola.
starting. Amanaco.
Amicalola Falls is the southern. That's where you check in. You'll sign in there. Um, Amicalola.
I can't do it. I've tried. Uh, Now, when you stay there at that motel there, they have, I don't know if they still do. I don't know if they've got a new one by now or what, but years ago I went there and they've got this huge bay window that
Yes.
overlooks the valley.
Yeah, it
And
does. It has a beautiful view of the Appalachian Mountains right there, and
yeah,
you. So we're gonna go. We're gonna go up Saturday, check in, and then we're gonna go stay in the lodge. My sister and my two sons are gonna come with me. We're gonna stay there, get up in the morning, eat breakfast, and then head to the trail.
there you go. So, well, dude,
Wow.
hats off to
There
you.
is a section from Amicalola Falls to Springer Mountain. They call it the Approach Trail, but it's currently not part of the Appalachian Trail. And so the big question is if you want to add 8.5 miles to your hike by hiking the Approach Trail, or do you just want to drive up the road to the parking area for Springer Mountain? And I hiked the Approach Trail last summer or it was in October of last year when I visited it. I hiked the Approach Trail, so I figured, hey, I've done it once. I don't need to do it twice. And so I'm just gonna go and my sons and sister, like I said, they wanted to hike to Springer with me, so it's a 0.9 mile from the parking lot to Springer. So they're going to hike up to that with me. We're going to get our pictures, and then we'll turn back around and come back down the uh, the Appalachian Trail to the parking lot, and then they'll wave me goodbye, and I will head north from there.
Yeah, and that's when the
Awesome.
fun truly begins.
Yeah, truly will, truly
Well,
will.
but like you said, I mean, what better way to? And this is what I love about what you and George are doing. I mean, what better way to draw attention to this? I mean, why are you here? Why are you doing this? And you're going to have all these questions, and plus, with you getting the word out beforehand and being able to get some donations flowing, and
Well,
y'all look.
last night I got invited to a Ruitans meeting here in our community, and that was kind of the question they had is Rob, why are you doing this? And then why are you out here talking about it? Wouldn't you be better off just to go do it, and then when you're done, you can say, hey, I did it. My thought is that the more people I tell that I'm going to do it, it forces me into finishing it. And a lot of people are already saying they want to follow me along the trail. And I think the more people that follow me, the more encouragement will give me on, because they say it's 90% mental, 10% physical.
Yeah. Because while you're up there, I mean, you don't have none of the creature comforts. You know, that's a long time to be going in between. So
Yeah.
I'm going to put this back up there again.
Well, I know one of the nice things that yesterday when the American Legion story came out, several of the American Legions along the trail have started to reach out to me and said, hey, when you come to our community, please let us know. We'll come get you, take you to dinner. One of them even said they want to put me up in a hotel when I come through their community. So
Yeah.
kind of a neat way of getting some trail magic along the way.
Hey, a hot shower and a good meal,
Yes,
man, that's awesome.
exactly.
So he's asking Rob Diamond here is asking for a penny a mile, be about $22. Y'all go ahead and scan that and go ahead and donate to him. He would greatly appreciate it. So would we. This is
Absolutely.
a awesome thing that he's doing, and let's support him all the way through, guys. If you have any more names for him, you can send it to us here at the podcast or to him, or you can send it to us here at our Yahoo Southern Fried Podcast at yahoo.com, and we can pass it along, or you can send it directly to him. So,
And that's something that I saw one of the other hikers do just recently. He podcast live, or he vlogged live while he was out on the trail. He had a signal, and he was able to actually, while he was walking, he was vlogging live and was able to take questions from people and things like that. So when hopefully when I meet up with you guys while I'm out on the trail, if anybody's got any wild or crazy questions, they're welcome to ask me there, you know.
yeah. Well, I do kind of have a question now.
Okay.
You say your winter pack weighs about 40 pounds.
Yeah.
How many pounds of that is toilet paper?
How much of it is what? My food or the
No, toilet paper.
Oh, toilet paper. Well, I'm only going to carry a roll on the one roll on the trail, but actually that's something that I've just recently found that I kind of like. It's there's these little discs they're about the size of a dime. And if you take them and put them in your palm and pour some water, it rehydrates them, and then it folds out to be a nice little wet wipe, and gives you a nice cleaner wipe while you're out there. Instead of using a bunch of toilet paper, it's a nice little wet wipe that you have. And it's rehydrated by water. And the only thing that will suck is if it's wintertime and it's cold, it'll be a nice cold wet wipe on your butt, you know?
When you said they got this nice little disc thing, I thought you were going to say pine bark. And I was going to be like, dude, that's not going to work very well.
No.
Although if it's wintertime, that might be an option.
Well, I will say that something that in my research that I looked into, there were a lot of hikers that carry bidets with them on the trail. And they say it's a much cleaner, more effective way of staying clean while you're out on the trail is using a bidet. I tried it once. I don't know. Maybe when I get smaller and thinner, it'll be easier to kind of hold that down there and rinse off. But it just, I think I'll stick to my wet wipes.
I'm trying to picture that in my mind's eye right now. A bunch of big
I'll
burly
make sure
guys
that when
out
I call
there.
you, I'm not
I
using
can
the bidet.
guarantee some real manly men here. What are you doing? Oh, it's my bidet.
It reminds me of the Crocodile Dundee part, you know.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, that's awesome.
It's
That
pretty
is
interesting
awesome.
because it's a little cap that fits onto a water bottle that you have, and you just put it on there, and you know, I don't know. I guess don't knock it until you've tried it, Rob.
I'll pass. I'll pass. Oh, that might be convenient out there if I ever go fishing out there on the boat again.
Exactly.
That might be
Exactly.
convenient there. But, you know, I still don't see that happening. No,
Oh my
I've already
goodness.
got a blown out back and everything else. I don't think I'm going there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a big guy and my arms are pretty long, but it's just kind of a weird position to get that thing into, you know, but some people swear by them.
Dude, you just look.
You killed Rob. You've killed him.
That's a rough position to get into there. No joke. Oh my God. I'm just trying to think, you know.
Well, the one thing that would be nice is if you heated the water up. You heat the water up and put it in the water bottle and then use the bidet. It'd be like, oh, that's pretty nice, you know?
I don't think those words would ever come out of my mouth after using one of those. I'd be afraid one of them hikers up there would hear me. And it'd be like, hey, I've been up here on this trail for about 6 months now, big boy. That feels how nice that feels. Hey.
That's when I get to West Virginia. That's when I get to West Virginia. The old Deliverance, you know? Exactly.
Hey, if you hear banjos, hike faster.
Yeah, exactly. and you only got to be faster than the person you're hiking with. So.
Yes. And if they're faster than you, you can always trip them. In that circumstance, I think tripping's allowed.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, this is great.
Well,
Rob, I'm sorry.
I'm sure I'll have some really, really good stories for you, Rob, and we'll be laughing more about them. You know.
The one thing we would ask this, though, I'm just joking, is if you decide to use the bidet, we don't need that video.
No.
That would be a live we just don't need.
Now look, Dave. Now understand, you know, we try to pass on knowledge on this show, and there may be some larger guy out there on the trail that just happens to tune into the show that needs to learn how to use one of these bidets. We're here to help people.
Well, it's it's funny because as a DIY guy here in my house, whenever I try to go fix something, I always go to YouTube and I'll look for 2 or 3 videos where the guy does the exact same thing. So that's how I will fix it. So when people started talking about this bidet, I did a search on YouTube. How do you backpackers use a bidet? And there are actually videos, Rob, out there where.
Oh, I didn't need to know that. I will never, ever, ever Google that. You know, that's in your search history now, dude.
Dave, do you think that's true? I think as soon as we get off this video, he's going to look it up because he wants to.
I know he's going to.
No, I'm not.
And what's funny is his search history already has some stuff in it. I mean, one night he pulls up, I don't know, granny panties for boy and men or something. What was that you pulled up one night? I said, I can't believe you're doing a search on that.
I don't remember what it was.
I think it was the old man underwear or something. I can't remember, but yeah, there was something else you looked up. I'm like, dude, your search history is getting rough.
And he's going to add this. I do want to ask you, Rob, is you had promised you were going to send me the information of a family member that you had, and I still don't have that information.
It's my dad, and I don't know where that blooming thing went.
Yeah, you need to get that to him, brother.
I mean, I wrote down his name, and you told me what his job was and what branch he was, but you didn't have a date. And of course, if you don't have a date, I'm still going to do a dog tag for him.
Yeah, I don't. I thought I had his death certificate. I do not.
Okay.
I don't remember the exact date. So just leave the date off on it, and that'll be fine.
Well,
Um,
I will do him a dog tag regardless, and I'll just put date unknown or something like that. But
yeah.
I want to make sure that I'm carrying that with me.
Well, I appreciate it very much. Uh, I my life's gone since then, and it's been interesting. I'll put it that way. So, but I do appreciate you doing that. It was. You would think
Yes,
I
sir.
would remember the year. Uh, 26.
No, sometimes we like to forget those things, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. It's just
I
not.
lost a
It's just
nephew
not
to
coming through.
suicide, and the only time I remember when it's happened is when his mom goes online and posts his anniversary dates. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's just hard to. Mm, that's something that you don't really want to
yeah,
hold in.
one of the things that I learned this just recently, one of the people that reached out to me, he was a naval commander, and his son took his own life. He was a 28-year SEAL veteran, Navy SEAL, and he was in the process near the end of his career, and he was hiking the highest point on the 7 continents, and he was in the middle of one of his hikes when he took his own life. And
Mm.
his father is going to take his actual military dog tag, and there's a mountain up in Alaska called Gold Star Peak. And he said that on this peak they have a device up there where people can bring the dog tags of their fallen heroes, and they're going to hang it up there. And so he's asked me to engrave one of the dog tags that I'm going to carry, and so he's going to take his son's actual military dog tag, and he's going to take one of my dog tags, and he's going to in June he's going to hike up to the Gold Star Peak and hang his son's dog tag there.
Wow.
Wow, wow. Well, I think I've when I was in the service, I was stationed up on ADAC. We did some hiking and stuff up there, and I've always been an outdoorsman. Uh, and I wish I could do it. There just ain't no way.
Yeah, I didn't realize, but there's an actual peak called Gold Star Peak, and then right next to it, they have another peak called MIA-POW Peak.
Oh
And
wow.
he says they're right next to each other. And I looked it up, and the Gold Star Peak is about 4,000 feet in elevation, so it's not a huge mountain. But his father, who is 70 years old, who is the one who was emailing me, he said that my hike is going to be much harder than the hike he was going to make. And I wrote back to him. I said, I beg to differ. I said, if I had to climb that mountain carrying my son's dog tag, that would probably be one of the toughest things I would ever have to do in life. So,
Wow. Wow.
Now
Yeah.
I've got a comment over here. That's what my hubby been saying about me. Now, are you talking about the trail bidet? Is that what you were talking about there still? I have to ask. These are things that come up. Uh, all your comments are welcome. We just want to make sure we've got them straightened out and in order. You know, if your husband's telling you that you need to use the trail bidet, we now know that you can go on YouTube and search that or Google it, and that might be.
and you can actually go on Amazon and order the bidet. So
Oh,
not to throw a pitch at Amazon, but if you're looking where would I go find a bidet? You go on there and you can actually order them right off of Amazon. So Dave, do you track Rob's shipments too? Because if he gets one from Amazon, you'll know that he's watched the video and maybe he is actually exploring the idea.
dude, my little too short T-Rex arms, I can't even reach around that far.
I
It's
don't I
not
don't
you.
track his shipments, but he would, if he got something like that, he'd be so proud of it.
I'd show
He
it.
would share it with me.
I'd share it.
He would at least show it offline, like we would be before a show, and he'd say, "Hey, dude, look what I got." You know, he could not sit on that news. I didn't mean to say sit on it. Uh,
You sit on that thing too hard, it might blow your head off.
Well, one of the things that, I can say this, being an old guy, and I'm sitting here talking to two old guys, is people often say one of the toughest things is at the middle of the night. What do you do when you got to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night? Well, what I did is I bought an extra water bottle that's a collapsible water bottle, and the whole purpose of that bottle is just so that I don't have to get out of my tent every night if I have to go pee. I'm just going to pee into the bottle and put the cap on it and roll back over and go to sleep.
there you go.
But what if you have to use the bidet? Hey, there's you some warm water right there.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you'd want to golden shower your. I don't think that would be a very clean bidet.
Come on, man.
But it'd be warm. It depends on how cold it is.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It was
Oh,
funny
man.
the other night when we had a cold spurt come through here in Virginia, and
And you refer to it as a cold
we
spurt.
had temperatures that dropped into the low. I think it was 8 degrees, and but I wanted to test my cold weather sleeping attire. So me and Anakin, my youngest son that was just here, we pitched the tent and then we slept out there that night. And I'll tell you what, I was glad I did it, because the thought is that if it was too cold, I could always get up in the middle of the night and come into the house, because I won't be able to do that on the trail. And so he slept warm, I slept warm. The only thing is, he woke me up about 2 o'clock in the morning, and he told me, he said, "Dad, you're sleeping too loud."
Well, that'll keep the bears run off.
Exactly.
Yeah, that'll scare all the bears off. Either that or you'll be helping you operate the bidet.
One of the items that they tell through hikers that they should carry in their backpack is a pair of earplugs. So.
So I just had a bunch of just thoughts go through my head. Y'all probably heard them bounce off the far side and ricochet. But yeah, I'm gonna no. All right, so now I'm assuming in the summertime, if you get the chance and you're by a stream, you just take a bath right there in the stream,
Oh,
right?
heck yeah.
Yeah. What do you do in the wintertime?
Okay, and here's the other thing. On June 21st of every year, is Hike Naked Day. And everybody's been asking me, "Rob, are you going to partake in that activity?" And I go, "Well, I don't know. I'll have to decide when I get there."
You're gonna have to do it, dude. If you're there,
exactly.
Let the inner hippie out. Go do it. Live free.
I will hike naked except for the shoes. I'm not going to go barefoot. I got to have my shoes on, but
We don't need video of that day either.
I'll take it from the rear as people are walking away from me. You can see no shorts on or anything underneath there.
If you're taking the video from the rear and you still know their names, we do not need the video.
Yeah. Like I said,
you're killing Dave.
That's after June 21st. You'll have to ask me, "Hey, Rob, did you partake in Hike Naked Day on the AT?" And we'll see.
I might have to make a trip to that.
What do they call that? Skin walking?
No, well, it's the summer solstice. It's the longest day of the year. That's why they do it on the 21st of June. It's the longest day of the year. So,
Dude, you a big guy. You
yes,
gonna
sir.
pack enough sunscreen for that day?
Well, remember, that's June. I'm leaving in February. I might be down 80 or 90 pounds by then, so I won't need as much.
What if you started out like it says June 21st? What if you started out like on June 21st and you were up there at Amica, that place where you start off here in Georgia that I can't say the name of,
Amicalola Falls.
and you start that day? Do you have to start naked? I mean, do you just leave out of the motel and just?
And again, understand this is an optional thing. This is an optional thing. In all of the audio books that I've listened to in preparation for the trail, I won't say that everybody has done it. I think what I was listening to a podcast, an audio book, where the guy said that they hiked a 100-yard section of the trail naked, just so that they can say, "I hiked the trail naked." Now, I don't plan to hike all day naked, but I might have to do 100 yards just so that I can tick that off of my checklist and say I did it. And I promise I won't get no pictures, at least of the whole Rob on that, but I'll make sure I take a picture.
I gotta tell you, Dog Tag. I was at a church in Virginia. I wish I remember the area, but they were telling me that in Virginia, there's a lot of people that have moved into the area, and they do this commonly, walking in the woods in that area. They just walk around naked. They it ain't no June 21st thing. They just do it all the time. I forget which part of the state it was in.
Well, that was one of the things in one of the books that I said that they said that in Pennsylvania, there is a naked campsite that you can go hike to, and you can camp in their campsite, and it's a naked community. And so, I don't know. It's not necessarily one of Rob's bucket lists, but you never know when you're walking in a tramily, and if you get enough pressure from other people, you might get invited to go do it. So,
okay, I got to throw these little two comments out here that I got to comment on that. Asher Trash said that's how, talking about the naked hiking, that's how my hubby, Mr. Sherbert, got put on a list. And Mr. Sherbert replied, "Yeah, I thought it was a private trail." Just throw it out there. That was kind of.
Well, I got to tell you that the AT is the longest national scenic trail there is. So it's a national trail, but
yeah. So on this nudist campsite,
it'll be a little bit more scenic that day.
Yeah. So on this nudist campsite, I'm quite sure that there'll be someone there that, if you hadn't figured it out yet, that can instruct you on operating that hiking bidet. And you're coming off a trail. I'm assuming they got showers there. Whew. Hey, you got to do that.
Exactly.
Because you're gonna need a tick check.
Yeah, exactly. And I will tell you, Rob, that's my biggest concern on the trail right now is not snakes, not bears, not other people. It's ticks.
Mr. Sherbert said hiking bidet sounds like a high school band.
Well, I imagine if you use cold enough water, it'll make it sound like a high school choir.
Well, one thing about it, they'll keep their tutor clean. They won't have to ask you, "Hey, are those Bugle Boy jeans you're not wearing?"
Oh man, you're killing me.
Oh,
Oh man.
look, we
It's
gotta
a
have
night
fun
on
with
the
this.
porch.
Yeah, we're on
You
the
just
front porch tonight. We'll get it going.
you just have to wonder what the bears think. They trying to live life, going down a trail, and here comes a bunch of naked hikers. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, Rue Poodle here says you can walk around nude in Oregon legally.
Can you hike and I don't know. I know I used to have an aunt that lived in Oregon that used to wander around their property naked all the time.
Oh yeah, I mean, what is an OF?
I don't even want to know.
Does Robert have an OF by chance?
You'll have to tell me what an OF is.
Yeah. Are you talking to me
You
or
might
the
not want to know.
OnlyFans? No, I do not have an OnlyFans. Now, Dog Tag here may have an OnlyFans. Never mind. Do not look that up.
Yes, and for his next video,
Not
it's
look
going to
that
be how to use that bidet. Oh, y'all killing me.
Oh, you said that. You killing yourself.
Oh,
Look here. No, this one. Yeah, Robert, you make bank on OnlyFans.
OnlyFans?
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but uh, they do naked bike rides in Oregon.
Rob, you need to do a OnlyFan fishing trip.
Well, I do like fishing with worms.
don't do it, dude.
I've done it.
Don't do it. Come on, man.
And when you use that bidet while you're out on the boat, that's like putting chum in the water, right?
I know, and I'll be fishing for mushmouth carp. Look here. Joanne says there's a nudist lodge in Tennessee. Now, does this athletic trail cut up through Tennessee? I'm just saying.
Well, yes, it does.
Yeah. We need to find out where this nudist lodge. Say you can stop at the nudist lodge and get a tick check. On the 21st, you get a tick check. When you get up to where the nudist campground is, you can get a tick check. That's 3 tick checks on the way. That's important. As a barber, I just have to say this is the best show on Twitch. It is every stage of beard growth. Well, thank you very much, Polar Knight. I guess we do have all that going on, don't we?
Awesome.
Wait till you see the hair on my back. Oh my gosh.
We don't want to see that.
Oh, I've got dreadlocks. Asher's holding his belly right now. Now, Rue Poodle, I've got to ask you about this whole they do naked bike rides. What if something gets caught in the chain of the bike or in the spokes? That could be bad, dude. I'm just saying. Called Rock Haven in Murfreesboro. Now, Joanne, you seem to know a lot about this. And we know from previous conversations that you finished second place in a wet t-shirt contest. So, you want to tell us more about this Rock Haven place up there,
Oh my goodness.
Poodle says if you get your bodily parts mixed up in there, that you're screwed in a bad way. Okay.
Oh man. chum bucket.
Who did you tick off to get that name?
Bucket was my nickname in high school. Yeah, but did he get that nickname for that reason, though?
Probably not. Polar Knight says, if I want to see someone naked and scream, I talk to the wife.
Oh man.
Oh, not you, but your sister. Your sister went there.
Wow.
Wow. But she didn't win second place in the wet T-shirt contest, though.
Rob, I get the feeling that she probably wouldn't admit it if she did go there. She's probably putting it off on another family member.
Oh no, she passed up my second. Oh, I know this lady. I worked with her a long time ago. Well, not that long ago.
Just know that if I do hike naked on the 21st, Rob, I will admit it.
That's fine. That's okay. You can admit no video.
No videos. No
video.
videos posted.
Well,
I know.
He could have one of those pictures with the emoji in front of anything that would be showing,
Nobody wants to see that. Nobody. I don't care.
He can have an emoji that says
Joanne,
dog tag on it.
If you have a dog tag cover.
That's not what I said.
Have a dog tag covered in the front and the back. Yeah.
No, I said the emoji with the dog
I'm
tag.
just glad I didn't find somebody to give me the trail name Bidet. I'm glad I'm not taking that trail name on the trail.
Okay, so Joanne's sister was queen of the camp.
Queen of the camp.
If you play your cards just right, you might be king of the camp.
Oh.
Well, that would be definitely a special kind of trail magic.
It really was. Huh?
That would be a definite special kind of trail magic.
Yes. Yes. And if they were having a wedding there at the nudist camp there when you go through, then they would definitely not have to question about who the best man really was.
Who came up with the term trail magic? Where did that come from?
The term trail magic, to be honest with you, I don't know where it actually came from. But the idea is that when you're hiking along the trail and you come out to a road and all of a sudden somebody's there and has got free food and free drinks, it is definitely magic.
Well, I just want to say, if you're walking up the trail naked and somebody's standing there with that stuff, that might be a little compromising.
Exactly.
Asher says that sounds like a hippie drug.
Well, I think one of my biggest concerns would be I make the decision to do it, and then all of a sudden I round a corner and I come across a Girl Scout troop. That would be total. During the summer months, you run into a lot of scouting organizations out on the trail, and that would definitely be a tough one. Might get arrested. I don't know.
I love the fact that you're not woke on this at all, because if you'd around the corner had been a Boy Scout troop, that would be just as bad.
Well, I won't tell you, Rob, but I was kicked out of the Boy Scouts after 30 years of being in the program, and that would be a reason they'd put me in jail, probably. But I wasn't kicked out for that reason. I was kicked out because I questioned the Boy Scouts about their finances, and they didn't like it. They didn't like a scouter asking about their finances.
So
don't you go starting no rumors that Dog Tag was kicked out of the Boy Scouts, and he's a weird cat. So
yeah, but at least you didn't get kicked out for showing them how to use the hiking bidet.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, son, you're doing that wrong.
Yeah. Wow.
No, you can't use that as a straw now.
Oh, wow. The things you learn. We're being educated tonight.
Yes.
Yeah. And you notice my hat, right?
Yeah.
This that's what this is my trail that I will follow for 2,200 miles. The white blaze.
Yep. Be blazed on a tree.
Yeah, I just got to be careful. If I walk too far off the trail and somebody sees it on my hat, they might follow me. You know, when I go off to use the bidet, Rob, and they look over and they see a white blaze, and it's my hat.
Jake is asking, what kind of gear would you need to do that kind of hike, if you don't mind me asking?
Are we talking the hike off, to walk off and use the bidet, or are we talking the hike to do 2,200 miles?
I think the hike to do 2,200 miles.
Okay.
Well, but this is Jake. I mean,
yeah. Basically, my basic gear, the big three is going to be the backpack, your tent. I'm sleeping in a tent. There are people that use hammocks on the trail. I tried a hammock and it just wasn't for me. So I'm going to be using a tent. And my tent weighs 19 ounces, which is pretty nice. And then your sleeping bag or your sleep system, which would include a pad and a sleeping bag. In addition to those three basic items, you need your clothing, which most people just take one set of clothing that you wear, an extra pair of underwear, maybe some. In the wintertime, I'll be carrying my winter sleeping gear. Then in the wintertime, I will be carrying a stove. The summertime, I probably will not carry a stove. I'm not a big coffee drinker, so I don't have to have my morning coffee to get started. So I will probably go what they call cold camping. Then, of course, a small first aid kit. What else? Oh, my electronics kit, which I have to. I'll carry a couple extra batteries for backup since I'm going to be videotaping along the trail. Let's see, anything else? Oh, I'm debating carrying an umbrella. A lot of people carry umbrellas when it gets to be the rainy season. If you wear an umbrella, it'll keep a lot of the water off of you. Your rain gear is another important item, especially, when it's colder. You don't want to get as wet. Something that Rob would get a kick out of. Part of my rain gear is a rain kilt. We talked about this before. That I have a rain kilt. It's kind of like a skirt that you wear, and that'll be my in town hiking attire. So that when I need to go do laundry, I can just pull my rain kilt out, put that on, and then everything else can be. I'll be doing it in Scottish style.
There you go. Yeah, I was looking at.
I think you said every 8 weeks.
In one go, or are you going to do it section? No, it's the idea is I plan to start in February and I'm going to finish in September.
Now, and keep in mind there, Jake, he does have to come off trail every 8 weeks for his infusion, and he's right back on it. So, got to have the Jack Daniels also.
One of the hikers that I followed last year, she kind of had a tradition that every time she went over a state line, she had to take a shot of liquor, a bottle of liquor that she would carry. And so, I don't know. Maybe that's what I need to do.
Yeah. Guys, I'm going to put this back up here again. Dog Tag here is wanting people to help support his cause here. He's asking a penny a mile. He's going 2,200 miles. That's $22. Here's the QR code. If you want to donate, please do. If you know somebody that is a victim of veteran suicide, first responder suicide, or anything like that, send him your name, the name and the rank and the date of all that. Get him the information, and he'll make a dog tag, and he'll
And
take
again,
it.
Rob, it's not just veterans. I'm looking for first responders
Yeah,
as well. Police,
yeah,
dispatchers, EMTs, firefighters.
yep. So I mean, all your first responders, veterans, anybody in that lines there. You know, people don't think about it, but in the first responders, this hits hard too. So you know, when we want to support this, this is a good one to support. So
Absolutely.
I got to get back to my.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't aware, Rob, that we lose more police officers and firefighters to self-inflicted gunshots or taking their lives. It's not always gunshots, but self-inflicted um,
Right.
than they do in line of duty. And I was surprised to hear that number. So
I had
Yes.
talked to a gentleman who served in law enforcement and for a number of years, and he told me that everybody that he had served with, and this would be in the a county in Tennessee, he told me that all the immediate officers that he had served with during that time, years within either that time or years later, every one of them committed suicide, including his watch commander. I mean, it happened over several years, but every one of them died to suicide.
wow.
And he said he looked at himself like, am I in trouble here? You know, he said, I never thought about doing it, never got in a bad place, but he said, I guess it was just the culmination of all that they've seen. They just couldn't handle the trauma of it over several years. I don't
Yeah,
know if that.
when I talked to the gentleman that runs the firefighter health um, alliance, he told me that it's called moral injuries. That a lot of us suffer from PTSD, but they're saying that a lot of first responders suffer from what they call moral injuries. It's where we get faced with the fact on who lives and who dies in certain situations. And when you have to be the person who makes that decision, it creates what they call a moral injury. And it's something that you carry for years. And I mean,
Yep.
when he told me about it, it really made sense to a lot of the things that I personally have been affected by. That when people tell me, they ask me, they go, Rob, what's the worst call that you've ever been on? And it's sometimes it's these calls that when I look back on, I suffered from a moral injury in the fact that, when you got to make the decision on, do I take care of this person who I know is going to die, or do I go over here and help this person who I think I can save? So it
Yeah.
creates a problem, and I'm sure many police officers suffer from the same thing. And that's why it's happening, and that's why we need to bring attention to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some other numbers too. I know that's on the first responder side, but you were talking about, we lose more to self-inflicted wounds than we do to them doing their jobs. Well, the same thing in the military right now. For the last several years, we've lost way more of our vets from suicide than we have from
Yeah,
combat.
exactly.
It
Well,
is
the
more dangerous
number, Rob,
than
is
to come
22
home.
a day. We're averaging 22 a day veterans to suicide. That's an
Yeah.
incredible number. 22 a day.
Yeah.
And
Well,
and even beyond those numbers, which are horrible, even beyond those numbers, when you look at military, first responder, whatever it is, you look at the number of divorces, marriages fall apart. They just have a
Oh yeah.
trouble, even if they don't commit suicide, they just get to a point where they've destroyed. The relationships are
I
destroyed.
was in the military and I went through 3 marriages while I was in the military. So that separation is something that a lot of people just can't deal with.
all right, we got a couple of comments here. Mr. Sherbert jumped in here and said the fact you'll be doing this alone is very commendable. I seriously hope the people you inspire on this journey will go on to do greater things while naked. They had to throw that in there. And Jake said, I just shared Dog Tag's fundraiser on X. Thank you very much for what you're doing. I have family that are in law enforcement. I have family that are in the military that are veterans. Thank you for what you do and keep doing what you guys are doing, and God bless you guys.
God
So,
bless you. Absolutely.
yes,
Thank you very much.
It's an honor all the way around.
yes, we're honored to be a part of it. And yes. So, you're going to be back with us Monday as well, right?
Yes, sir. I'm planning on it.
Okay.
Monday, like I said, I'm just working on doing some dog tags this weekend, and I'm working on packing my gear. I'm kind of in a dilemma. I'm trying to decide. I have two different packs that I can take. One that I'm able to carry more equipment in versus one that's a little bit lighter that I can't carry as much equipment in. And I'm just trying to figure out how I can get it as light as I can. But at the same time, I want to be able to function on the trail.
Awesome. And
Yes.
Rob, just so you know, if you order tonight, Amazon will probably have that bidet in by Monday's show. Just wanted you to know that.
I'm quite sure that was another crack back at me for being fat again. I'm quite sure it is. I'm just saying. All right, guys. Y'all have a great weekend. Y'all enjoy it.
Well,
And
thank you again, Rob and Dave, for having me on. And
anytime.
I hope that the porch was a little bit more enlightening tonight than it has been. So.
Me too. Good night, Asher and Jake, and I'm sorry I get choked up, Mr. Sherbert, Jennifer, Elizabeth, everybody. Y'all have a great night. Y'all support Dog Tag. I got to say your
Dog
name,
tag.
Robert Diamond. He's in trouble. Let's put that up one more time as we sign off there. There's the QR code. 2,200 miles. He's asking for a penny a mile. So that would be $22. So, all right. Y'all have a great evening. God bless you. Stay out of trouble unless you just want to get into trouble. And we will see y'all next time. Wait a minute. I'm doing it wrong because we got to do our, and we'll see you next time. Come on, Dave. Salute.
Yeah, and just to say to Dog Tag.
Well, once again, it's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast.